The Great One just laid down the law after CM Punk was brutally attacked backstage. The Rock has issued a direct warning to Bron Breakker and Bronson Reed that has the entire WWE universe buzzing. What's up, Suplex Rumble Nation? The most electrifying man in sports entertainment just inserted himself into WWE's most explosive situation, and you do not want to miss what happened. Let's break this down. Suplex Rumble family, before we get into The Rock's warning, we need to set the stage by talking about what happened to CM Punk, because this attack was brutal and it changed everything. CM Punk, the best in the world, the voice of the voiceless, was backstage preparing for what was supposed to be a routine interview segment. He's been on an incredible run lately, re-establishing himself as one of WWE's top stars, cutting promos that remind everyone why he's one of the greatest talkers in wrestling history. And then boom! Out of nowhere, Punk was ambushed by two of the most physically intimidating forces in all of WWE, Bron Breakker and Bronson Reed. Now, let's talk about these two for a moment because their involvement is significant. Bron Breakker, the second-generation superstar with the Steiner family pedigree, has been an absolute wrecking ball since arriving on the main roster. His intensity is off the charts. His athleticism is phenomenal. His power is devastating. When Bron Breakker sets his sights on you, you're in for a fight. And Bronson Reed? This man is a monster. Standing 6 feet tall and weighing over 300 pounds of pure power, Reed has been demolishing everyone in his path. His tsunami splash is one of the most devastating finishing moves in WWE. His presence alone is intimidating. When Bronson Reed attacks, people get hurt. So when these two powerhouses ambushed CM Punk backstage, it wasn't just an attack, it was an assault. According to reports from backstage personnel, Punk was blindsided and overwhelmed by the sheer power and aggression of both men. Security had to intervene. Medical staff rushed to the scene. This wasn't your typical wrestling beatdown, this was personal, this was vicious, and this was designed to send a message. The attack left CM Punk laid out, and more importantly, it created absolute chaos backstage. Wrestlers were buzzing, management was scrambling, and everyone was asking the same question: why? Why did Bron Breakker and Bronson Reed target CM Punk? What's their motivation? Who's pulling the strings? Let me tell you what happened next, because when The Rock speaks, everybody listens. The People's Champion Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, one of the biggest stars not just in WWE history but in entertainment history, caught wind of what happened to CM Punk. And The Rock didn't stay silent. He didn't ignore it. He didn't let it slide. According to multiple sources, The Rock personally confronted both Bron Breakker and Bronson Reed backstage. Now, understand something: The Rock doesn't need to involve himself in day-to-day WWE business. He's a global megastar. He's got blockbuster movies. He's got business empires. But The Rock has always cared about the business that made him, and he's always stood up for what's right. The warning he delivered was crystal clear, direct, and powerful. The Rock made it known that attacking CM Punk, a fellow legend, a locker room leader, someone who's earned respect through decades of excellence, was unacceptable. The Great One reminded both Bron and Bronson that there's a code in professional wrestling, a level of respect that's expected, and what they did crossed the line. But here's where it gets really interesting. The Rock didn't just scold them. He didn't just lecture them. He issued a warning. He made it clear that if they continue down this path, if they continue attacking people backstage, if they continue showing disrespect to the business and to its legends, there will be consequences. And when The Rock talks about consequences, you better believe people listen. This is a man who has conquered everything. He's beaten every opponent. He's won every championship. He's transcended the business. When he says there will be consequences, those aren't empty words, that's a promise. What makes this situation so compelling is The Rock's position in all of this. He's not an active full-time wrestler, but his influence in WWE is immense. He's a bridge between WWE's legendary past and its current present. He commands respect from everyone: management, wrestlers, fans. When The Rock involves himself in a situation, it matters. His warning to Bron Breakker and Bronson Reed isn't just about protecting CM Punk, though that's certainly part of it. It's about protecting the integrity of WWE. It's about maintaining standards. It's about ensuring that the next generation of superstars understands that with great power comes great responsibility. Now let's talk about Bron Breakker and Bronson Reed's perspective, because their response to The Rock's warning reveals so much about where this storyline is heading. From what we're hearing, Bron Breakker and Bronson Reed are not backing down. These aren't guys who scare easily. These aren't talents who are going to shrink away from confrontation even when that confrontation is with The Rock. Bron Breakker, with that Steiner DNA coursing through his veins, has shown time and time again that he doesn't back down from anyone. His intensity is genuine. His confidence borders on arrogance in the best possible way for a wrestling character. When Bron sets his mind to something, he goes full force. And Bronson Reed? This man has been overlooked and underestimated his entire career. He's had to fight for every opportunity. He's had to prove himself repeatedly. That kind of journey creates a chip on your shoulder, and Reed's chip is massive. He's not going to let even The Rock dictate what he can and cannot do. According to Backstage sources, both men have maintained that their attack on CM Punk was justified. They claim Punk has been disrespectful. They argue that Punk walks around like he's untouchable because of his legacy. They believe they're owed opportunities that keep going to veterans instead of hungry, talented performers like themselves. Now, whether you agree with their logic or not, you have to admit it creates a compelling narrative. This isn't just about violence for violence's sake. There's motivation here. There's a perspective that, even if you disagree with it, you can understand. The clash between old-school respect and new-school hunger is classic wrestling storytelling. The Rock represents the establishment, the legendary generation that built WWE into what it is today. Bron and Bronson represent the new wave of talent that's tired of waiting their turn, tired of playing by the old rules, ready to take what they believe is theirs. This generational tension creates incredible drama because both sides have valid points. Yes, legends like The Rock and CM Punk have earned respect and should be honored. But also yes, talented young wrestlers like Bron and Bronson deserve opportunities and shouldn't have to wait forever for their moment. What happens when an unstoppable force meets an immovable object? That's what we're about to find out. The Rock has drawn his line in the sand. Bron Breakker and Bronson Reed seem intent on crossing it. And CM Punk? He's going to want revenge. We cannot discuss this situation without addressing CM Punk's perspective, because the best in the world is not someone who takes attacks lying down. CM Punk has built his entire career on fighting back against adversity. This is a man who walked away from WWE at the height of his powers because he refused to compromise his principles. This is someone who always stands up for himself, who never backs down from a fight, who thrives when people doubt him or attack him. So when Bron Breakker and Bronson Reed ambushed him backstage, they didn't eliminate a threat, they created an enemy. They didn't neutralize CM Punk, they motivated him. Based on medical updates, Punk is recovering from the attack but is already making noise about getting back in the ring and getting revenge. This is quintessential CM Punk turning a negative into motivation, using adversity as fuel, coming back stronger than before. What's fascinating is how The Rock's involvement affects Punk's response. On one hand, having someone of The Rock's stature defend you and warn your attackers is a powerful show of respect and support. It validates Punk's position in WWE's hierarchy. It shows that even legends stand with him. On the other hand, CM Punk is notoriously independent. He's someone who fights his own battles, who doesn't necessarily want others fighting for him. Will Punk appreciate The Rock's intervention, or will he view it as unnecessary? Will he want to handle Bron and Bronson himself, or will he be grateful for the backup? My guess? Punk will appreciate the respect The Rock showed but will absolutely want to get his hands on both Bron Breakker and Bronson Reed personally. Punk isn't someone who lets others fight his battles. He'll want revenge, and he'll want it himself. The potential matches here are incredible. CM Punk vs Bron Breakker would be a fantastic clash of styles, technical excellence and ring psychology versus raw power and intensity. Punk vs Bronson Reed would be a David vs Goliath story with one of wrestling's best storytellers against an absolute monster. And if we get a handicap match or some kind of multi-person situation, even better for creating drama and excitement. Alright, Suplex Rumble Nation, let's get into my predictions for how this explosive situation unfolds, because there are so many directions this could go. Prediction 1: The Rock will physically insert himself into this storyline at some point. I don't think he issued that warning just to disappear. Whether it's at a major pay-per-view event, whether it's on a special Raw or SmackDown, the Great One will make his presence felt. And when he does, it'll be electric. Prediction 2: CM Punk will get his revenge match against both Bron Breakker and Bronson Reed, but it won't be easy. WWE will use this to create multiple compelling matches and segments. We might see Punk take on each of them individually, building toward a potential three-way confrontation. Prediction 3: This storyline will involve championship implications. Whether it's the World Heavyweight Championship, the Intercontinental Championship, or another title, WWE will use this heat to create meaningful stakes. Personal rivalries are great, but adding championship gold makes everything better. Here's what I'm really excited about: this storyline has layers. It's not just a simple good versus evil story. You've got The Rock representing legacy and respect for the business, CM Punk seeking revenge while representing veteran excellence, Bron Breakker representing young ambition and new school aggression, Bronson Reed representing overlooked talent demanding recognition. Every character has clear motivations. Every person involved has a reason for their actions. That's great storytelling. The matches this will produce are going to be fantastic. The promos will be legendary. The moments we'll get, whether it's The Rock's music hitting at a crucial moment, Punk delivering a devastating GTS, Bron hitting a devastating spear, or Reed crushing someone with the tsunami splash, all of it will be must-see television. What to watch for? Keep your eyes on social media for any statements from The Rock, Punk, Bron, or Bronson. Pay attention to upcoming episode announcements if WWE schedules any matches involving these four. Clear your schedule. Watch for subtle hints in backstage segments. WWE loves to plant seeds that bloom into major storylines.